Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. Live on Team GRF TV. And I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on it. Yo, The King of Fighters Destiny, Episode 20. Side Story, King. As a fan of SNK Canon, as a fan of Robert and Ryo's story of going across Southtown, kicking everything that moves, and ultimately saving Yuri, and the discovery of who Mr. Karate was, and all the things that spawned off from that, I can appreciate that this side story condenses all that in a way that A, makes sense for the canon in the universe of the King of Fighters Destiny, that B, it gives King a lot more shine, and there's also a feature from my guy, my man, Mr. Big. But hey, let me explain though. For those who aren't familiar with the story of Robert and Ryo's quest to kick and punch everything across Southtown to find Yuri Sakazaki, once upon a time, Yuri was kidnapped. Robert and Ryo get really angry and start kicking and uppercutting things. They kick and uppercut things, and then they make their way to a bar as they're trying to find out information to where King is. King gets uppercutted. Oh, look, King's a woman, because that's a nice discovery to have in 1992. And then they ultimately go and they uppercut Mr. Big. And don't do it, brother. That man is our. And then ends on that cliff in the arcade version. Doesn't in the home version, but ends on that cliff. The King of Fighters Destiny version does a whole lot with a whole bunch of little. Is that it gets everything in there. You get Ryo doing what he do, because it's like, I've heard the complaints on the internet from people that Ryo is like a joke character in the show, but no, Ryo had his chance to shine by saving his sister, kicking butt, and sparing King, and King got a chance to be heartfelt and warm about her relationship with her brother, because that's a very important part of her thing. It's like, here's a spoiler. Jan ultimately gets the surgery and everything's all good. And you can see, and you see Jan in some endings in KOF games where he's in the crowd rooting King on because, you know, all the work she did. And then she since built the illusion bars and things like that all the world with Duck King and things like that. This also starts the love story between King and Ryo. And I'm like, to have that all condensed in there, is that, for real, again, just to remind you, this episode did everything by eliminating the stuff that was kind of like, well, we don't need it and it's not needed, and condensing everything into this nice condensed ball of King is amazing, Ryo gets put over, Yuri is saved, there's a feature by the man Mr. B.I.G., and you get everything you need that is the essence of what the story of Art of Fighting 1 was, with all the extra baggage of that man is our cliffhanger. And again, as a fan, as someone who has spent a bit of his existence studying how this canon works with the limited information you're given, I appreciate this episode on just another level, and I gotta give it up to the folks behind King of Fighters Destiny, because there's a lot of ways that you could have done this or not even presented it at all, or to even think that King was an important enough character to dedicate a couple of minutes to understanding why she is who she is, why she is the beautiful beast that she is. It's just an amazing job all around. Amazing job. And it's like, it's just stuff like this, because I did this when I reviewed Kamen Rider yesterday, where sometimes you have to just step outside of it and just be grateful and thankful for what you're given. And this episode, for a fan of King, for a fan of Ryo, a fan of Yuri, a fan of Art of Fighting, Mr. Big is my dude. For them to give me all of this is amazing. And it was amazingly done. I'm like, this is probably one of the best episodes of the show, simply because of what it did. Simply for what it did. Again, just so one more time, so that we are reminded of what this episode did. This took Art of Fighting 1, condensed all the stuff that you don't need to tell a story in the King of Fighters Destiny. You get over Rio, King's heartfelt story is put over, Yuri is saved, and Mr. Big is featured. Everybody wins. There are no losers here. Everybody wins. You even win for even watching this episode. And those are the things as a fan that I care about and appreciate. You just gotta love it. But yo, that's that. I'm like, yo, it's like, I wasn't gonna hold you hostage forever. But but I just wanted to just, do what I do always, but just give a chance to just say, when good things are done good, praise them. And this is just me doing that. Scat, skittle, skabobble. Enjoy the rest of your day. You know I am, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D, live on Team GRF TV. And again, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And as usual, I only have one question for you. Are you okay?